All right, Dustin, I want to start off with a really important question here, and that's Sweet Pea. What does she think of her dad becoming a champion?
Oh, she's pumped, dude. I don't know if she really fully she knows I got it through punch. That's what she says.
Punch, punch.
Like if I say, "How did Dad win that belt?" Punch. Like she knows what I do. I don't know if she fully understands, but what I do believe is she knows how important it is to me, what that belt symbolizes.
Yeah.
So it means a lot to her because she thinks it means so much to me. So it's just weird to see that and understand what's going on there. I've seen her kiss it before. She's never seen me kiss it. I don't kiss the belt. Maybe the night I won it, I might have. She wasn't there. Like I don't know. Yeah, she just understands that it's something really important and something I'm very proud of.
Because she wasn't in Atlanta, right?
Nah, we almost brought her, but she's too young.
Yeah, yeah. So you came home, and did she meet you at the airport?
Yeah.
And then did you pull out the belt right away? Did you want to show it to her?
Showed it to her. Oh, she loves it, man. She, like I said, from the first time she saw it, she knew it was something very special for me, and I can't let anybody take it, man.
Yeah. Does she understand like the concept of like Dad is a champion now? Or I mean, she probably always thought you were a champion, I would imagine.
Well, the week she started saying it the weeks leading up to the fight with Max. Dad's the champ. Dad's the champ. Because me and my wife just talk about it so much and tell her Dad's gonna be the champ. So she just kind of started going with it, man.
So I mean, this fight.
But she's good. To answer your question, she's great. She's great.
She's enjoying living the life of a champion's daughter, huh?
Yeah, man. And I've been in Florida for a week. They're coming. My wife and daughter come meet me next weekend. So I have to do almost 2 full weeks by myself. That sucks.
Yeah,
but
2 long weeks, huh?
Yeah, man. 2 lonely weeks. But they'll be there next weekend and be there the rest of camp. They're 8 weeks.
And when will you shut camp down, and when will you go to Abu Dhabi?
I spoke to Teddy Atlas and his co-host on his podcast, and they were telling me they think 1 day per hour time change is rule of thumb for competition stuff. So I'm probably going to leave 9 days ahead and then spend 8 full days there.
Look at you just casually dropping Teddy Atlas's name. He's giving you fight advice leading up to the championship.
It's no big deal, man. This is what champs do.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be cool though, right? Because you're a Teddy Atlas fan, you're a boxing fan, and all of a sudden it seems like you guys have a relationship now.
Yeah, it's really awesome, man. His co-host is actually out here. Ken Rideout is here in Vegas. We're gonna probably meet up later and have some food or something. Yeah, but now I'm a big Teddy Atlas fan. I mean, it's part of the history of boxing, what Teddy Atlas has done and been around. Yeah.
So I got to believe, I mean, it's not like this fight came immediately after. I mean, you have a little bit of time, but your daughter will still be pretty young by the time this fight rolls around. Will you not bring her to Abu Dhabi either?
Yeah, that's too far of a trip for a 3-year-old, you know. She's going to be 3 in August, so I just don't want to drag her across the world. Yeah. Not just yet.
Yeah. How about everybody else? I mean, I got to believe that if there's any negative to fighting in Abu Dhabi, it's that, man, you got to get your family, your friends. Yeah, it's just hard to get all those people out over to Abu Dhabi. More difficult than it would have been had it been in Vegas, right? I mean, have you started talking to them about that?
Yeah, you know, I don't come from a family that has a lot of money or anything, so just going in Vegas is tough. They miss fights in Vegas because it just doesn't pan out sometimes. You know, they don't have the money to do it or whatnot. But at the beginning, when this fight first got announced and it was Abu Dhabi, I kind of had those emotions like, man, damn. But then I kind of, over the weeks passing, it just, like, this is just part of my life. You know, I'm sure people watching this have heard me say it 1,000 times, but it's not new to me, you know, like there's a lot of stuff that's stacked against me, but that's just like going to show how great I can be with all that stuff stacked against me. I'm embracing it now. I'm excited to go out there in the desert and make history against a guy who's never been beat. It's beautiful if you think about it.
And I mean, this was a big storyline going up to your last one, just like that you've paid this in full, you know, that you've done a lot of work to get here. And then to have that fight, that culmination of everything that you've been working towards, to have it just on the other side of the world, though, where it's hard to get other people there, is there anything disappointing in that? Or if you got your team there, then you got everything you need?
You know, my wife's going to be there. My team's going to be there. And I'm the only one who gets in there and fights, you know. I could have everybody I know in the crowd. It's not going to help me for that 25 minutes I'm in there. And it's comforting sometimes to run into people fight week, you know, your family and stuff like that. But I'm going out there for one thing and one thing only, and that's to bring back the belt, to get my hand raised.
Last question on Abu Dhabi specifically, but are there any other challenges going over there? I mean, time difference, of course, you know, it's a long flight, but any other challenges when it comes to?
The heat, you know, I'm sure it's going to be very dry. That dry air, it feels different on your lungs, you know. When you breathe that in, it feels different, especially like in a sprint scenario. Like when you're running and taking deep breaths, it just feels a little different. That you know, might be one, but that's what I'm excited about, the journey. Let's go over there and find out what's going to happen. Let's go over there and find out what some of these challenges will be. I'm embracing it, man. Challenge accepted.
So technically, you were going over there and facing the undisputed lightweight champion. You were the interim lightweight champion. Do you feel like a UFC champion sitting in this chair today?
Yes, 100%. I feel like the champ. I feel like the world champion.
Yeah. And why is that, though? Because we've heard some people in the past say, this is the interim belt. I'm going after the real belt. But to you, it is very clear what that belt means to you. Why do you think you're different?
I'm a realist at the same time. Like, this is a piece of the belt. What this represents is me having a piece of it, and but just what I've been through, the people I've fought, the amount of hours and time and blood, sweat, and tears that I've put onto the mats and onto the canvas in that octagon. This is the real. I'm the world champion, and as is he, and this is a super fight to me. That's how I feel. That's what this feels like to me. We're going to a sold-out arena. They're building as we speak in Abu Dhabi, in the middle of the desert, and princes and sheiks will be there. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's a Rocky movie.
The guys that have fought him in the past, have they made mistakes, or have they just simply not had the ability, the skills to beat him?
That's tough to say, man. I mean, a lot of guys he's fought had the skills to beat him. You know, fighting's a crazy thing. It takes one mistake. He can be beat by anybody. It's just as camp's going on for me, I'm starting to realize things and say, well, I wonder if they made this mistake. Like, I've only been in camp for a week, but I'm noticing that I'm paying a lot of attention to specific positions and the small details in those positions and stuff. And I can see how somebody fighting a dominant guy who's never been beat like Khabib could get not overwhelmed, but look too far into the details of defense and of staying safe in position. And yeah, it's a yin yang, man. You got to have a balance. If you just worry about that, then you lose what you do the best. And what I do the best is hurt people, is damage people. I can't be timid of takedowns and timid of him touching my legs and let that affect what I do best, man. I got to put this guy away. Of course it's there and I need to be aware of it. But I'm conscious of all those things, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in the world, you know?
How do you approach that in training? Because like you say, you want to put yourself in all those positions, and you want to but you have heard other fighters say that, like, hey, maybe that's a mistake I made, that I focused too much on himself. So how are you personally balancing the two during camp?
It's just my mentality, knowing that I need to walk forward, knowing that I need to try to hurt this guy and damage this guy, you know? Not wait for him to get tired or wait for him to make a mistake, or like I said in the past, I need to make the openings. The guy has a very tight game. He's good at what he does. I need to make him make mistakes, and to do that, I need to make him uncomfortable, put the pressure on him. I have to take chances, you know. But that's the double-edged sword of fighting. You know, I need to go out there and put myself on the line to make things happen, and I'm willing to do it, I promise you.
One thing that's interesting, maybe there's nothing to it, but one thing we know about American Top Team is it is a big gym, and there's a lot of people that come through there, a lot of people that come through not just from the U.S., but from other countries. Have you really gotten a look at sort of that Dagestani Sambo wrestling that he has? I mean, have you had guys come through there, familiarize yourself with it?
You know, like you said, it's a revolving door of talent from all over the world preparing at American Top Team in Coconut Creek, the headquarters. You know, the gym is full of professional fighters year-round, and there's always somebody new in there. But to directly mimic that style is tough to get somebody who does that. You know, we've been working with some freestyle guys and stuff like that. Of course, we have great collegiate wrestlers in there at all times, you know. But what he does isn't normal wrestling. You know, this is fighting, and this is, like you said, Sambo wrestling. It's a lot of upper body stuff. It's a balance of jiu-jitsu with that, grappling as well. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to mimic. It's a tough thing to find guys to do that. But we're just working everything, you know.
So many guys, when they go in and fight Khabib, it's like, not that they're written off, but they're like, man, Khabib's got so many advantages over this guy. Is that how the public and the media, do you think that they're viewing you in the same way? Like if you beat Khabib, will you have shocked the world, or do you think people are giving you a chance in this fight?
It's going to be a shock. I think people are counting me out of this one a lot. I think people, since this last fight especially, have been showing their appreciation for what I've done in my career and the things that I've come back from and the people I've beat. I've felt that more than ever in my life since this last fight. People feel genuinely happy for me. But as far as people thinking I'm going to beat Khabib, I haven't really. Everybody I see on social media and all the critics pretty much think he's going to beat me. Yeah. But that's all good, you know. I know when I look in the mirror, I think I'm going to beat him. My wife and daughter think I'm going to beat him, and the people who are close to me think I'm going to beat him, and that's what matters.
Just try your best, man, because I'm sure this is tough. But what is that going to feel like when you beat Khabib Nurmagomedov in the Middle East?
I won't be able to explain it. I can't explain it just thinking about it. Like even the night with Max winning the interim title, of course, my whole career I've thought about what it was going to feel like for Dana to wrap that belt around me and to me to raise my hands up and really say I did it. But it was even better than I thought. All those nights laying down in bed thinking what it was going to feel like. It was even better. I can't even explain it. There's no words in the English dictionary that gives expression for 13 years of sacrifice and hard work, and maybe it won't happen, or just keep believing in yourself and rally back. You know, there's no word for that. It's just, I just know what it feels like. And I'm hoping to get that same feeling September 7th. You know, I feel like a win over Khabib at this point in my career, I'm not only the best lightweight in the UFC, but the best lightweight in mixed martial arts history. I feel like I'm going down in the history books. With the win over Khabib, I can cement my name and my legacy.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and special content, subscribe to ESPN+.